Recording. Hello. Does that sound okay?
Hello. So yeah,
Hello?
like
Yeah.
chopping
across the mic. Chopping across.
We're taking a big bold risk by not having our sound mufflers.
Yes.
Because we've decided that we want to be able to see our faces.
Yes. Because this is we don't know how it's going to turn out. We might be horrified by appearance and decide not to put this on YouTube,
or technical difficulties. You never know.
Or technical difficulties. You'll never know.
You'll never know.
But we're going to go back to the YouTube format.
Attempt to.
Because we are borrowing Alfie's camera, and it did take about an hour and a half to set up. But it's nice to. It's so much more exposing.
Yeah. Oh my God, my jeans are so tight. Literally, I just washed them, and like they feel like they're cutting off my blood circulation down there.
Let it all out.
Yeah. You can't see below the waist.
No, I don't think so. Anyway.
Great.
We already had to start and stop this because I was worried that my boob was out, and I just don't want a stray nipple out there on the internet. We
need to at least try and be dignified in our first episode back in our big return to
big
YouTube.
Big return. It was high, only back because of high demand.
Exactly. Why do you want to go back to doing YouTube podcasts?
Because there's something about having the footage that makes it a little bit more real.
Yeah.
Because lately I've been putting podcasts out, and when we've been putting our podcasts out, they can just disappear into the ether and you never speak of them again. And I think there's something about the pressure of being seen talking. It does mean that you've got to think a little bit more about what you're saying.
Definitely.
And I like that. I want to put a bit more care into that.
Plus, it's nice to sort of capture moments in time.
Yeah.
And remember those conversations. I like being able to watch them back. It feels like intimate. It's nice.
Definitely. And we've gone through such a huge upheaval in the last couple of years. It's nice to, with another baby and moving and changes with how we do things and, the way we work together. It's nice to kind of push ourselves to see how we cope now in a different capacity. And if you think back to some of our early podcasts, say for instance at the studio, when we had a studio, and some of the fights we had during them, I really hope that we're in a better position now.
Definitely. Well, we're more mature, we're wiser, we've been through a lot more, and I feel like it's nice that we're still in a position where we want to have conversations and document them and still have fun with it. Like when we did the sunset event last week, which I enjoyed so much. Yeah. And everyone that came, it was just the most encouraging thing, because it really felt like, oh, wow, okay, that's why we're doing it, because people are so nice and receptive. And that just felt like everyone noticed that we just got along so well. That's what they came up to us and said afterwards. They're like, you just get along so well. And I was like, yeah, we do.
Yeah. And that's actually a massive incentive in doing the YouTube ones again, because when we stopped them, even though I knew that the podcast gets, a nice amount of listens and stuff, it's so nice to just sometimes feel appreciated.
Yeah.
And in this industry, it's so hard to be motivated and to have a low rumbling level of confidence, even
because you never get enough feedback, really, unless you're like, I don't know, starring in something or whatever.
No, you never get feedback.
But you just don't really get feedback.
But if you think about that, the high actresses, the high ones up there, the Lily James people. Keira Knightley. Actually, where's Keira? Where is Keira?
I feel like Keira's just having a nice life. I feel like she's somewhere in the French countryside.
She lives in Angel. Yeah. I only know that because I saw her once in Angel.
I saw Emilia Clarke in Angel once.
Oh, wow.
Tiny. Crossing the
Jenna
road.
Coleman in Angel. Angel's the place to be.
It really is, clearly.
If you saw Jenna Coleman, say, on the street, even though you've worked with her, would you go up to her?
That's a really tricky one. she looks at my Instagram stories sometimes.
So you should go up
So
to
I
her.
feel like there's a friendly level of support there. You
Yeah.
don't check on someone's Instagram stories, like, unless you're like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Or unless you're in love with me. Those are my two interpretations. So I would definitely, I'd be like, hey, girl.
Yeah,
hey.
But she would remember you. So
She would remember. She's nice. She was a very nice
she's
person.
so nice, so
And
nice.
she was always so nice about you too.
Well, it's because we had this weird holiday together. Well, not holiday together, but we met up when I was in LA with my other friend who was out there, and she was friends with Jenna. So we all went for sushi, even though I don't eat sushi. I don't think I eat any sushi.
I can't imagine you even being near a piece of sushi, to be honest.
No.
I can't imagine you in one of those yo sushis with the conveyor belts.
No, thank you. Do you remember when they were such a cool thing? It was a conveyor belt. It's food. So we had a really nice chat in LA, and I remember thinking, she really works hard, and she's going to go places because she's down to earth, and she seems like no matter what, she's going to keep trying.
Yeah.
And honestly, 2 years later, she was the Doctor Who's assistant. And then Victoria. Is Victoria after Doctor Who?
Yeah.
Wow, she's had a good career, hasn't she?
She really has. The Cry.
Oh, The Cry was so good.
I didn't watch The Cry. It made me the concept made me too freaked out to watch it. I can't watch anything about children being in danger.
It's sickening, actually, to watch. It
Yeah.
made me feel sick. I think I watched that when I was pregnant with Tenn.
Bloody hell, Jessie.
I go for more gory stuff when I'm pregnant. Anyway, yesterday, the reason I'm asking that is because yesterday I saw Russell Tovey, who I worked with on one episode of The Job Lot years ago. And
He's doing well, isn't he?
Is he? He's
Yeah.
he's doing well. I don't know. I don't know.
He's
how
the
well
guy from Him and Her.
Yeah, I know he's done.
Yeah, right? No, I just was saying, is that the guy? Because otherwise I was
Yes.
like, oh, maybe I've... But he's in Russell T Davies' shows a lot, so I get the two of their names confused.
Yes. Well, he always has a nice dog. Because he used to have like a bulldog type dog.
Yeah.
And now, obviously a dog.
Yeah.
And now he has, the reason I noticed him is because he had this huge dog and the kids were like, the dog. And then Alfie was like, that's Russell Tovey. And it was really awkward because I know that he looked back at me and my confidence is so low. I was like, don't look at me.
Because it's like, I don't want to force that interaction to take place so I'm reminded how much of a piece of shit I am.
Exactly.
Because they don't remember me.
Because what else do you say? And that must be so isolating for really famous people because
Totally.
suddenly people
Are too afraid.
to go up to them because they're worried that they're going to feel shit about themselves when the famous people just want to talk.
I wish I had the boldness of the kind of people that I've had those like strange interactions with where they burst up to you and they're like, hey, and they like expect you to remember them.
Oh, yeah.
The boldness of that. I would never run up to someone and be like, it's me.
Yeah.
Because the embarrassment, because when that's happened, the few times that's happened and I've not known their name, I've thought, oh my God, they're going to feel so bad. They're going to feel so embarrassed. But they don't care.
No, they don't care.
They're taking a gamble every time they do that to someone. They probably didn't even know me.
Exactly. Well, I thought about this last night in the 5 minutes I watched of Love Island.
Yeah.
Because when they get out the car and they walk into the villa for the first time
So
and walk
embarrassing.
into the villa like, yoo-hoo!
Yeah. Because I bet they think about it in the car on their way over there. Like, okay, what am I going to say when I get in there? They
Yeah.
always go for such a lame, hey, girls.
Look who's here.
Oh, my God. And then they, like, kind of all say, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God.
What did someone say on the last series when they came back in and it was something really funny, but they didn't mean it to be funny? Like, guess who's back in town or something like
God.
that. Anyway, I just thought about if I was walking into the Love Island villa, what would what my walk would be.
Yeah.
And how I would introduce myself because... First of all, they're all walking in heels.
They're all walking in big old wedges.
They're walking in mainly a thong.
Yeah.
And
So
one of
many
them wore a
thongs.
kaftan. I like the kaftan.
I loved the leopard print caftan.
I thought that was a good choice. And I would be hovelled over. I would be kind of like, knock, knock. Is anyone there?
That's why they wouldn't choose you, Jessie, to go on Love
I know,
Island.
but it'd be so nice to see someone walk into Love Island Villa and not be that self-assured.
Yeah, I think that sometimes there's like a lack of variation in the show. I think that's obviously like a big concern. Like maybe that diversity isn't like kind of as much of a priority in the show, but also just like the way that they look. They're all skinny and they're all beautiful. But even just their personalities sometimes blend into each other a little bit. Like,
Totally.
They all just kind of have a bit of an influencer glaze over them. And it was a bit more interesting in the early seasons when they were all really different professions, really, really different vibes, all of them.
And also I felt that when they were introducing themselves in the VT things,
Yeah.
you could tell that some of the stories were the stories that had got them in.
Totally. And that the producers had told them, oh, say it again.
Yeah.
Say it again.
And they're going to say that 4 more times.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Within their time. And that's their identity, almost that one story.
Yeah. And then there was this one guy that came in who seemed like he had about 3 thoughts in his head. And he said this thing in the VT. He was like, yeah, I just have big thoughts about how, like, you know, grapes turn into raisins. And it was like such a kind of goofy dum-dum moment where you're supposed to be like, ha, oh my God, this guy's so dumb. But it completely crumbles that whole perception of that when you realise that the producers would have forced him to say that. They probably were like, say something really dumb. Or, I don't know, it just like, oh my God, it actually makes me feel unwell when I think about how that would have went down.
Totally.
Him being filmed saying that, because it's like so manipulative to make him come across like a dumbass, especially since he literally looks about 16.
Yeah. I just felt slightly nauseous watching it. And then I thought back to last year.
Chloe, Toby...
who's Toby?
Toby and Chloe,
oh,
you
Toby
know,
and
like
Chloe.
They were the really fun, stupid,
and they're
sexy
the only
couple.
two that are together.
They're the only
still.
two that. Well, no, surely Faye's with Teddy. Is Faye
Are they
still
still
with Teddy?
together? I don't know.
So.
Well, see, this is the thing. You get so invested, and then I make a point of never following them on Instagram. But the fact that they can just be erased from my memory, despite the fact that I watch them for hours in the summer, it just makes me feel slightly, where is that time gone?
It's like
in my
childbirth,
life?
that it's just like wiped from your memory.
So I'm not going to do it this year. I'm going to read in that time or watch something better.
Yeah, but then I also don't think that you should feel guilty about enjoying something like Love Island.
enjoy it.
If you don't enjoy it, then that's a really good reason to not watch it,
Exactly.
I think.
I'm watching it mainly because I want to keep up with everybody.
Sure.
And I find it now, maybe it's because I'm older, I find it too upsetting.
Yeah.
In so many ways. Like I find the notion that you can find one person to fall in love with on a TV show and then be happily ever after, I find that just stupid.
But that's not even what the notion of the show is. Like that's the surface like notion, but that's obviously not what it's about. It's about
but
these
I know,
people...
but they say that at the beginning. They all say, it's time for me to settle down. I'm almost 27. It's time to settle down.
I'm over the hill. No, I mean, I think that what makes it interesting for me to watch is because it's like this ruthless portrayal of people who are ambitious enough to be like, I can make something for myself, but I'm also going to play this game of pretending that I'm going to fall in love.
Yes.
You know? I think that's more what it's about, and that's what I find interesting.
I know, I'm just too impatient now.
Yeah,
to
it's going to
wait for that to unroll the entertainment.
This season is also 8 weeks. It's 8 weeks this time because they know that people are hooked.
No,
so.
Can't do it. And the adverts, just can't do it. If I could watch it without adverts, maybe I would.
I know, but the thing is, like 2 months ago, I was maybe going to audition for like this Zoopla advert, and I was thinking, imagine if I didn't obviously get it or even audition.
Was it on?
Well, no, but I was thinking, would it be a really cool thing or a really lame thing if you were the advert that always played before Love Island? Would that be the most annoying thing ever, or would that be the coolest thing ever?
No, it's not the coolest thing ever, but it's definitely not a bad thing.
Yeah,
because I used to think
if it was
the
like a really embarrassing advert.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't do it if it's a really embarrassing advert.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No, I think that the industry has changed so much that adverts are fair game. Judi Dench is doing adverts.
Totally. Everyone's doing adverts.
Yeah, I'd love to do adverts. But
Me too. I really opened my mind. I was like, please, Zoopla.
Yeah. So I think it's just my time with Love Island has it's run its course. No more Love Island for me.
It does feel like it's signalling the start of summer though. That's what it made me feel excited about. It was like, oh, I feel like this is going to be a fun period of time where, like, even if you've had a shitty day or something like that, to always know that you can turn on Love Island at the end of the day. It does make me feel very excited. Yeah,
I know, but I wish, maybe I'm just such a pessimist, but even the sound of that, like, oh, summer started, I was like, it's just summer. It's just a season. Mm-hmm. I don't get excited by summer. And also, it's summer now, and it's quite shit.
Yeah, but the weather, when I was walking here this morning, the sun came out, and I felt it on my face, and I was like, it's a beautiful day.
No, I'm not in a summery spirit.
But if you had to have a dream summer holiday, what do you think it would be?
Well, I've been thinking about this because I'm feeling really guilty that the kids haven't ever gone on a summer holiday apart from to Edinburgh Festival to hang around, which actually they love, and they keep saying, please can we go back to Edinburgh? And I say, well, it's a little bit expensive, and because I'm not doing a show, you're not doing a show, like it's just Alfie doing a show. I might as well just let him be up there. I would love to go to a place where there was a swimming pool, so that I could kind of teach them to swim. It has to be a functional holiday as well as a fun holiday. That shows how boring I am. But I would love to go to a place where there was access to a beach and a swimming pool and a very simple thing. I don't want... Yeah, I really, really want to go away with them this summer.
I think that we should. We should all go somewhere together.
But somebody told me that they went and stayed in a yurt with their kids, and I wanted to vomit. Just the idea of staying in a yurt.
What's a yurt?
It's like a big tent. Just not that... Sorry, vomit is too harsh a thing to say, but the bugs and...
No, I can't
the possible animal...
No.
I just can't do that. Just can't do that.
No creepy crawlies for me.
No.
None. There was a moth in my room last night. Oh my God.
There was just an ant in here.
Couldn't go to sleep.
No. So I'm not outdoorsy.
Not outdoorsy. We're not outdoorsy people.
If I had all the money, it would be staying in a really amazing hotel for a holiday. Wouldn't that be great? Just staying in a hotel for 5 or 6 days.
I love hotels.
Hotels are my biggest expenditure.
They're the best.
I know. They're just... there's just nothing better than a good hotel. And honestly, I used to go and write in hotels. I used to go up to Liverpool and stay in the same hotel every time and write. And the amount of money I spent in that 1 year... I did get a lot done, but...
My friend who's a writer said that they don't believe in writing retreats.
There wasn't a writing retreat. I was on my own in a room.
Yeah, but that is kind of a writing retreat, isn't it?
I guess, yeah.
You're like I think it does work, taking yourself out of but that's what holidays are good for as well.
Yeah.
Because it's basically, it's not necessarily that the holiday's got to be perfect and every moment you're going to be having the best time ever. But it's like, our mum always says that it means that when you come back, you really want to be home.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
It makes you appreciate home.
No, I think writing retreats do help, but this might be because it was the only time I had away from the kids on my own.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So for you, it makes total sense.
Whenever I'm away from them, I work so hard because I feel so guilty that I'm away from them.
Yeah.
So no matter what, I get it done because I would have spent the time away from them and it would have been for nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's why having kids works for you so well.
I'm sorry. Well, not at the moment. Not at the moment.
It works so well. Not like they're like a functional tool, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I think that we really should take it seriously this summer. We should try and get you into the summer spirit.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. But I wouldn't mind going to somewhere rainy in Scotland.
That would be nice.
I think that would be nice.
That would be lovely, yeah. We could do some
walks, fishing. Walks where you have to hold a toddler the entire time. Or
we can't be doing any like huge hikes.
No.
But
no.
Just somewhere scenic and rustic and away from it all would be really cool.
Exactly, because that's what organised families do. They plan it in advance, and I'm always afraid of paying a lot of money in advance because then I'm always sure that it's gonna. So that's partly the problem too. I'm just not willing to commit to something, and also that's the actress mentality as well of thinking, oh, but something might happen, so I won't book until last minute. Not that that's ever made a difference whatsoever in my career.
Or booking the magic trip where you,
It's so sad.
So sad.
I know. So yeah, we will.
I think that we should. It's going to be really good for all of us.
Yes.
We can make sand castles in the sand.
Exactly. And other people feel also that they deserve a holiday. And that's also something that I feel like we've never really done because we feel like we've got to earn the holiday. But actually holidays, if done well, can make you so much better off when you come home.
Yeah, but also this idea of deserving is it's so twisted.
I know.
Because people don't deserve or not deserve nice things. It's like human life is hard enough. You should just like appreciate all of the things that you can do, because every day is like a blessing, isn't it?
Yeah. Be good to remember that, wouldn't it?
It would be. I saw a really good TikTok about as I start all of my
sentences,
spiritual anecdotes about if a good change in perspective to have is rather than thinking of yourself as like this chaotic person who's not good enough or whatever, think of yourself as a reflection of life and the universe itself, which can be incredibly beautiful, but can also be very chaotic and destructive. And you don't judge nature for being both beautiful and harsh. You just take it all as one, and that's how you should view yourself too, as a perfect representation of the universe itself.
How long can a TikTok be?
Maximum 3 minutes. That one was probably 3 minutes.
That sounds like a 3-minute TikTok.
Oh, it was a great one. And she was like a very beautiful girl. So she came on and I was like, I'm not going to. And then I was like, oh, you're actually onto something there, sweetheart.
So is she kind of like a therapist-y TikTok?
She just came across my For You page and she was just like, hey, this is for you.
That's
this
amazing.
cute little bundle of wisdom.
That's great.
It's really lovely. That's what's so good for it. When you like have a set time each day where you're like, okay, cool, I'm just going to chill. I'm going to watch 10 minutes of TikToks. And some of them are really silly. But then something like that comes along. It makes you feel not too guilty for using it. Because like that really did give me a spring in my step.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm overheating because of Becca, so I'm just going to put him down.
Okay.
So you speak for a second.
Jessie wants to talk about getting rid of clothes.
Yes.
Because there's not a lot of space in our lives for the number of clothes that we carry, and we tend to be people that like not hoard but carry a lot of the past with us in terms of like the clothing. Like I still half of the clothes that I regularly wear are like your clothes that you gave me as hand-me-downs from when I was a teenager and stuff like that. And I find it so difficult to let go of anything.
I know, same. I just can't let go of them. I've worn this t-shirt, but that's what I've decided. There's a reason why I haven't thrown this t-shirt away.
Yeah.
And I need to pay tribute to this t-shirt. So I'm gonna continue to wear it, and it will be one of my 3 t-shirts.
Yeah.
I don't need 50 t-shirts.
No.
So I'm gonna go through them all, and I'm gonna choose which ones that really mean something to. The reason why this one means something to me is because there's a photo of me that I love, one of the few photos I like, of me holding Margot when she was just born in the park, and that's why I still like it. And so I'm gonna go through them and just pick ones that matter.
That's a lovely vintage t-shirt as well. Vintage t-shirts always
and
like,
it also
better.
reminds me of Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, because Miami Dolphins.
Oh my God, of course. That's the best movie ever. Such a good role for Courtney Cox.
I know.
Such a good early role for Courtney Cox.
I know. I really want to see her new Sharon Horgan show.
She's in a new show with Sharon Horgan.
No, it's Sharon Horgan's, one of many, her produced ones. And it's about a scary ghost house with that great actor who was in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. The dad in Eternal... No, Little Miss Sunshine. Greg something.
Oh, the one that plays the motivational speaker.
No, the dad. Yeah, the motivational speaker.
Such an amazing role.
It's such an amazing role. And we've just finished watching The Staircase.
Yeah, which apparently you say is very good, you said on the last episode.
It's just so good. And Toni Collette. Toni Collette is just my favourite actress. She now has usurped Gwyneth Paltrow.
As she should have, Jessie. Gwyneth Paltrow should never have been your favourite actress.
But Toni Collette is just amazing.
She's so raw. She's incredible.
She never stops working, Toni.
She never should. She never should. I hope she never sees her kids. I hope she's constantly being put to work. She's so good in Muriel's Wedding.
Muriel's Wedding is I think my favourite film, even though I've probably only seen it once through, not even once in my life.
Oh my God, I need to rewatch it. The soundtrack, the ABBA, everything.
And that actress who's with her, who's her best friend in Toni and Muriel's Wedding, who was in 6 Feet Under. Did you watch 6 Feet Under?
No.
6 Feet Under, you should watch. It's so good. So good.
But what makes The Staircase so good? Because doesn't it have
their
that...
performances, their acting. I've never watched something so aware of how good the acting is.
Yeah.
All of the daughters, they're all brilliant. Then obviously Toni Collette and Colin Firth are amazing. And Colin Firth's impersonation of Michael Peterson, is that his name?
I don't know.
Did you see the Staircase documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started it, I didn't finish it.
So now the next episode is on, the last episode is on this Thursday. I fully believe he didn't do it.
Really?
Whereas when I watched the documentary, I fully believed he did do it. And then when they show the little montage of, it could be owls at the end of the Staircase documentary, I fully believe it was owls.
But do you feel like the people that are behind the TV show, who do you think that they're trying to push a certain agenda or a certain version of things that happen? Do you think that they believe that he is innocent?
Well, yeah, because I don't think this much weight would have gone into a show unless there was some credibility, and people genuinely believed he was innocent, because they're really going for the innocent thing. And they're being fair as well. They're showing the character to have a lot of secrets and to be a little bit strange, but it's really pushing me to believe that he didn't do it. The evidence, and there's so much corruption within the police that they don't show in the documentary that led to his conviction. So I really do believe it.
Is he in prison now?
No, I don't think so. I don't like to Google things when I'm watching them, but I don't think he is.
No, I don't like to Google things when I'm watching them, unless it's something kind of trashy like Dawson's Creek, and I'll just be looking up who out of the cast members dated each other.
I know.
Oh, what's Joshua Jackson? How does he have kids now?
Joshua Jackson has a kid. Joshua Jackson has a kid.
He is gorgeous.
And he's married to the most beautiful woman in the world.
Really, who?
I don't know her surname, Jodie.
Oh, I don't want to know.
She's a supermodel. She's
Jodie Whittaker?
No. Jodie Whittaker's not a supermodel.
Who's Jodie Whittaker? I don't even know how I know that name. Jodie
James
Whittaker's the actress, isn't she the one who's Doctor Who?
Yeah, not anymore. Now it's somebody else. Anyway,
sorry, not Jodie Whittaker.
No, not Jodie Whittaker. James Van Der Beek has 6 kids.
Makes so much sense. Because he kind of looks like he could be our sibling in a weird way.
Kind of. And is he very religious?
Props.
Doesn't matter. You know, I'm considering becoming very religious.
Oh, me too. Definitely would be a fun change up of our situation.
So even though I don't believe in God,
yeah,
I really like. So we live near a church, and we've been going for a few runs. And the other day, Donnie and Margot wanted to go into the church, and it wasn't open. And I didn't think about it again. And then I was on my own a few days later, and it was open with Tenn. And so I just thought, I haven't been into a church other than for something horrific in however many years. So I let us wander in, and it was beautiful. It was a really modern church, so it was full of wood.
That sounds nice.
So it wasn't, pews.
Yeah.
It was just chairs.
Yeah.
And it had a book. It had like books, and it had like a little reading area for kids. And I felt like I was being naughty going to church. Like, am I allowed to be? I'm not religious.
Yeah, I always feel like that. Yeah.
I'm not religious. But no one told me off.
No, because they don't. Religious people are nice.
They're nice.
They're nice.
They're very welcoming.
Very welcoming. Oh my God. And sometimes they're hip. Sometimes they're young.
I saw the priest. Is it a priest? Reverend?
I don't know.
Vicar? Something.
Bishop?
Might have been a bishop. He was dressed in normal clothes.
Yeah, because they're hip now.
He was probably in his late 30s, relatively handsome, and very sweet to some school kids, who again just wanted to wander in. So he probably gets a lot of wanderers.
Well, Horatio and I were wandering around in Shoreditch and went into that big church, the one that's like near Old Street. You know, that one that just like, it's kind of beautiful, but also looks a bit dilapidated. I don't know what we were doing, just wandering around. Walked in, just wanted to have a little nosy. And then we had this like cool band that were playing. And we were like, oh, maybe it's not a church. Maybe it's rented out for music venues. And then suddenly these two like quite disarmingly attractive, like a man and a woman, but young, like in their 20s, came up to us and they're like, hey guys, hey, are you here for the sermon later? And it was clearly like a hip young people's Christian group. And they were like, hey, where'd you live? Where are you from? It was, I honestly, I wanted to join. I was like, yeah, I'll join. I'll join. I'll join, guys. You got me. You got me. I'm too embarrassed to leave this situation now.
And do you know what the best thing about churches is? You can light little candles.
You can. Oh, I love lighting little candles.
I lighted a little candle for Ben. And it was a really nice moment where I thought, this doesn't matter if it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm doing something just to honour my brother there, and it's just nice. And I just lit it, and then I said to Tenn, do you want to light one for Ben too? And we both lit one, and then we wandered out, and I felt so much better. So I think I'm going to become religious.
Yeah.
Fake religious, but religious.
Yeah, exactly. It's also nice to have something to dress up for. Love the idea of having a formal Sunday. Love the idea of a powder blue outfit on a Sunday.
If you were single, and say if me and Alfie split up, I think I'm definitely going to play the I'm religious route, and I'm going to go into some churches and find some hot dads.
Because you know that there are going to be some like absolutely unorthodox hotties, right, who are super religious, but they just don't realise how hot they are.
Exactly. And then you can just kind of...
Big time.
Pretend. It sounds very evil, sorry, but...
well, we are.
We
need to be saved, that's why. We need
I want to
be
saved, and also I'm thinking of buying Bible stories and reading the Bible stories to kids and just enjoying pretending for a bit.
God, yeah, pretend it, like just put on the role. That's just the actresses in us, isn't it? Just wanting to play a different role.
And I've got already the long hair
You've already got the long hair.
I've already got the kids for it, the number of kids.
I've got the pure eyes.
You've got the pure eyes.
Exactly.
You put on a high blouse.
High blouse. Hide these guys. They're not welcome in here. Put them away.
And so I was thinking,
because
whenever we walk around with all 4 kids, me and Alfie, we do get a lot of stares like... they obviously married young and they're obviously religious and that's why they have so many kids. And to be honest, there are a few very religious people at the school.
Yeah.
And they took a big liking to me.
Oh yeah, big time. They're like, oh, she's one of us.
They invited me some services.
Really?
Yeah.
You should go.
At Christmas. I didn't realise then, but now I realise it's because they thought I was very religious. Mm-hmm. And much nicer than I am. Mm-hmm. So that's exciting for us. So maybe that's how I can get my summer vibe back.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need therapy. Just start Christianity. There we go.
I'm really considering it. Really
good for you. That just shows you're in a good place.
I just feel like I need something. I need something just to show you.
If you don't have Love Island, then I think that you should definitely start religion.
The staircase is almost finished. Love Island, I'm not going to get into. No, reading is helping because it does make me fall asleep very quickly, so I sleep better. Mm-hmm. I can probably read. I feel like I've achieved something massive if I read for more than 5 minutes every night.
Absolutely. Oh my God. It's such an easy win. It's such an easy win. Second I pull out a book, second I even touch the inner page, I'm like, wow, my God.
That's so
Didn't realise that I was an academic.
So I try and read in the day when I'm breastfeeding, but it's quite hard with one hand. And everyone says you should get into Audible. Everyone says you should get into audiobooks. I'm sorry, I don't think that's appropriate.
Jessie, don't slack off audiobooks. I did an audiobook.
No, I know. So have I, but I still feel like they're for an occasion, not for when you're sitting breastfeeding.
Yeah, but I
you
feel
should be
like
interacting with your kid.
Yeah, but then people like the fact that you can listen to an audiobook and still have your hands free.
You can have your hands free and do washing up. People said that, but I'm never doing something when there aren't kids there. So I feel like it's not appropriate for me to be listening and being, enjoying something when I should be looking after my kids.
Well, maybe, yeah, maybe it also poses a threat if you can't hear them, if they're in need or something like that.
Okay, cool. So what should we talk about?
So we were talking about getting rid of clothes, but then we kind of
yeah.
got diverted by talking about religion, which was fun. But what do you think that you're going to do to solve your clothing issue? You're going to keep some fun, nice vintage T-shirts.
Well, when Alfie was away, I hid all his clothes in the closet, and I just wore the same thing mainly on a rotation every day. And it just took that choice out of the equation, and the day was a bit simpler to start. So I think I'm going to do that again.
Go to uniform.
Go to a uniform of my favourite things and just wear them. And also with breastfeeding, it's so hard to dress because you have to be able to get your boob out constantly that has the right thing, the right bra, all of this stuff. So for the next 6 months, I'm going to be doing breastfeeding, so I'm just going to wear the same thing.
Yeah, get something that has you can just whip them out.
Exactly. Because even this T-shirt right now, I've got a top underneath because I obviously then don't want my stomach. You got to really think about this.
Yeah.
Got to really think about all this stuff.
But then what are you wearing on the bottom half? Always leggings?
Always the black leggings.
Well, then you should probably treat yourself to a nice new pair of leggings if you're going to just be wearing leggings.
Well, I've got relatively new leggings. Yeah, I immediately get uptight when anyone says I should get new leggings because I just have such an emotional attachment to my leggings.
You always seem to find leggings with a really nice thick waistband. I'm always struggling to find good high-waisted leggings.
Well, they're just from ASOS.
Maybe I should get some.
Yeah, but it's hit and miss because it's just chance that I buy them and they're nice because I got maybe 15 pairs of leggings and maybe 3 of them are actually good. The rest of them now are unwearable, but I can't throw them away. So that's my big mission today is to finally throw away 2 pairs of leggings that I've had for 15 years.
I think that if you haven't taken something out of the drawer in the last 6 months, you won't miss it. You might think that you're going to miss it, but if it's actively not something that you're reaching for, then just get rid and you won't remember it in a week.
Whenever you've worn something that I thought I'd thrown away and then you wear it, and there's that moment of oh, I'm glad you didn't throw that away, but then I don't want to wear it.
No.
It's just nice to see it again, like seeing someone that you haven't seen in 5 years, but that's not enough.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got rid of loads of huge big bags of clothes that were mostly clothes that we used to wear in the old flat white videos, things that all had slight sentimental value because it was really fun putting them out again and being oh my God, wow, that's so 2006 or something like that. But none of it was worth keeping. It's all just fabric. Yeah. It's all just things.
And whenever you see these ads like Vinted and Depop,
yeah, well, I tried to sell it on Vinted and Jesus Christ, that did not work out well.
Because then you got to fold it and pack it and send it.
You got to do all the photos. You have to do a description. People start asking questions. Everyone's trying to haggle me down. No. I already put it for £10.
No.
What? You think that you can get it for £7, you cheeky bitch?
Well, I made a mistake of somebody commented on Instagram that, you would like this baby outfit. And it was like a little tennis set. And because obviously his name is Becker and people think that I named him after Boris Becker, which I didn't. But it's, and they know that I like tennis and I used to like tennis. Anyway, so I thought, oh, that is sweet. How much is it? Oh, it's £6. Oh, that's £6. Oh. So I messaged being like, oh, because it was one of these Instagrams where if you comment underneath, you can, whoever comments underneath.
Oh, like a giveaway type thing?
Yeah, no, you have to then message your details and your address. And I just don't trust Instagram enough to do that. You know, it's not that kind of thing for me. So
I ordered something that way once, and when it arrived, I was like, it's not the same.
So no, I think it will be helpful for me, given that I feel this weight at the moment of stuff and the accumulation of board games and shoes
and toys
and just feel like we're running out of space and we can't afford to move. So if we're going to stay here, let's make it livable. Let's do a feng shui.
You should do a Marie Kondo.
Marie Kondo. And I think also it's a reaction to our mum, who has kept everything. And I am so glad she did, because it's our identity. And I love that she's kept everything, and that's her choice. But I don't want to do that, partly because I know she'll keep it.
Yeah.
If I keep it, she's going to keep it.
You kind of have to not tell her. If I had told her that I was getting rid of all of these clothes, she would have found a million reasons to say don't. But it's not like, it makes all of our lives easier and more efficient if we aren't like cluttered by this stuff. You have to. It's like emotional baggage. It makes you feel a lot lighter when you've realised, oh, this thing that I thought was going to be this difficult, like process of getting rid of something, it hasn't actually made me feel that bad. It does make you feel lighter because you realise how strong you are. Definitely. You don't need material things.
No, but I think I'm going to have rules about it. So I'm definitely going to be brutal with the clothes because we need the space. I'm going to be brutal with things like sheets. I have way too many sheets and they take up so much space. And obviously I change the sheets like almost every other day. But
why?
Because of vomit and wee and, you know, everything. Not mine,
Jessie.
obviously.
Control yourself.
The kids, you have to change the sheets so much. But with books, not books, reading books I'm happy to get rid of. I don't ever need to see a book I've read. If I like a book, I know I like it. I don't ever need to have it. I don't reread things.
You don't need it like proudly displayed on your shelf.
Don't give a shit. Read it, get rid. That's my motto with books. But with drawings, sketchbooks, diaries, their drawings, I'm happy to hoard forever. And I've got it down. All of these boxes down here are their drawings. And I know that it looks chaotic. But when I'm richer and I can have like nice boxes, I'm going to buy nice boxes for them.
I think that's lovely.
So I'm willing to accept that will take up space the rest of my life. But I read this I saw a documentary with Maria Frostrup.
Mariella.
I think it was Mariella. It was Annika Rice.
Oh.
I get them confused. And she was saying she kept every single drawing that her kids did, and she archived them really cleverly with the dates and put them all in files, and they don't take up that much space in her attic, and I'm going to do that.
Well, I feel like that's like, it's much more significant than just like a top that you've wore 3 times as well. Mm-hmm. So I think it makes much more sense drawings don't take up that much space. If you archive them really, really well, you get them all put in like a sort of scrapbook as well.
Yeah, well, I do mostly. I'm getting better at it.
You're so good with that kind of thing.
I'm getting better at it. I just can't, there's a drawing down there Donnie did of a ballerina, and he's lost interest in drawing lately because he's too interested in kind of making paper planes or, you know, Beyblades or whatever. But the idea of throwing that away, it's just such a beautiful emblem of that age. He was 6 when he did that. And the fact that he sat down to draw a ballerina, that will bring me so much joy when I'm 80 looking at. I don't want to ever get rid of that. So
you created the thing that created that thing. And I just think that's so cool.
Yeah.
But even the way that he's now showing me things that he's learnt from school, like on my computer, it's a game over. And first thing he wanted to do was show me that he knew how to use text and font colours, and then just typed up his favourite list of animals.
I know. And
it was so sincere, it literally threw me for a loop. I thought that he was joking. I think I'm just like so used to being cynical that I was like, are you fucking with me?
I know. The sincerity. And
the pureness.
His energy to ask the same question about what's your favourite land animal?
What's your favourite land animal?
What's your favourite sea animal? Give me your top 3 land animals. Guess my 3 worst land animals, Mummy.
Why do you think I like peregrine falcons the best out of
peregrine falcons? Yeah. And then I said the other day, when it was a question of like name my top 3 land animals, and I guessed dolphin. He was like, Mummy, when would I ever say dolphin? When would I ever say that? It's
That's
just,
so sweet.
It's just, and I feel so bad because with Becca and Tenn, the focus is so much on them. I mean, the focus is all on Tenn. He is the energy.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's the pacemaker in this house.
He just controls everything.
He keeps things going. He's the captain of this ship.
Oh my God, he missed his nap yesterday, so he didn't have a nap all day. It got to 6 p.m. and he was... It's just, I want to film him every single minute of the day because he's... The variety in his moods, the speed he can go from one to another. He runs everywhere.
I know. Oh my God, he's such a little ball of energy. I absolutely love Tenn. So much.
And so Donnie kind of has lost a little bit of the focus with the new babies, and he's completely fine with it. He's so chilled out. Maybe it's because he's a Libra. Just so fine.
Yeah, Libras are cool. But Tenn's a Libra too.
Tenn's a Libra too, but Tenn should have been a Scorpio.
Yeah. Feels like
early.
It. Feels like it.
I think Tenn's more of a Scorpio.
Yeah.
This is an Aries, though. This is all Aries.
Yeah, he has the same birthday as Horatio.
Oh, this is amazing. Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Aries are great.
Yeah.
They're fucking annoying, but they're great. Anyway, so I do feel like Donnie, I'm letting him be and let him just be a little... it's really mean, but I've started... It's not mean at all, but we kind of have this nickname of Dozy Donnie because you can ask him a question, you have to say it like 4 times before he answers.
Yeah. But that's such a little boy thing to do because he's up in his own universe where he's like swimming with sky dragons and
his jokes that he comes out with too, like, Mummy, why was the adult daydreaming? Because it was night. Stuff like that.
It's so nonsensical. I love it.
He's so relaxed.
He's such a chilled out little dude. And Donnie is such a chilled out name. He's going to be the most cowabunga boy I've met in my whole life. I can't wait for him to be, because I'm 17 years older than him. I can't wait for him to be 17 and for me to be like 35 or something like that.
He's also
I don't
decided,
know if that's the right maths, but
he's decided to not cut his hair, so he's only wearing one clip on either side of his fringe.
Yeah, which looks so good on him.
Which looks beautiful. And he doesn't realise it's incredibly girly.
Yeah.
And he looks like a beautiful little girl. And I just love he's not even thinking about that.
No.
And I'm so relieved that I have kids living now than I did when we were growing up. Because there's no judgment there. There's no one has mentioned the fact that he's wearing his clips like that. No one's mentioned that he's got long hair. Some people do, but mostly it's positivity about long hair. It's just so much a nicer time to grow up. Obviously, there's huge pitfalls, Instagram, social media, all of that stuff. But whenever they do watch anything on social media, like our mum shows them TikToks that are funny and like, or about the planet and stuff like that, they're learning a lot too. So I don't think it's all bad.
I took them to a little exhibition the other day, and they were. I feel like what's so good maybe about kids these days is that parents just feel like there's a lot more social responsibility to like educate kids with things that are like appropriate and not appropriate, and to not be judgmental of like what other kids might look like or what their, what their religion is, or, if they're a boy or a girl. They just seem to like, I don't know, we're not teaching kids the shit because you're not born into the world with that kind of like prejudice. And it's so clear, hopefully, that, if you're a good parent, you teach your kids to be really, really open-minded.
Yeah.
And so all of the kids are just like so lovely and like open-minded at school.
It's so nice.
Donnie's the sweetest little boy in the whole world.
Yeah.
You really gave birth to an angel.
I know. It kind of breaks my heart daily, though, because it's fleeting. This time, he's going to be 8 this year, and then he's going to be 9. It just seems to be passing so quickly, like all the cliches you hear about parenting.
Slipping through my fingers all the time.
Yeah. So I'm just a bit...
But, like, how do you... you have a baby as well. You have, like, a newborn baby. So you have, like, every different stage of motherhood that you've ever experienced is all happening at once for you right now. Like, how do you balance up between being a baby mum and a little boy mum? And how do you try and enjoy both of those separate things?
Well, I'm trying really hard to do that. I'm not very good at it. But so yesterday when we went to my mum's to do some work, and I made sure that Donnie came with me on his own to get a coffee. And then I said to Margaret, we can do something on your own later. So I try and have tiny bits of time with them each day that is just for them. And that's when he asks all the land animal questions and he gets them all out of his system. And then it means that I don't feel so guilty later on in the day when he's asking me the same question. And I'm like, Donnie, I can't answer that question right now.
Yeah.
Because I've answered it earlier, kind of thing. So I try and just have, and then I make sure that the time where I put Tenn for his nap is sacred each day. So I'm not speeding his development up. I'm still treating him as a baby.
Yeah.
And then I also try and whenever I'm alone with Becca, I'm really enjoying, you know.
Yeah, you're so sweet and tender with him.
That baby side, because I might not have another baby, and trying to really appreciate that. And then Margot, I think because she's the only girl, it's really, I'm just trying to just suck up everything about that, having a girl who's 5. And then, you know, so I've started letting her write in her diary before she goes to sleep. And so yesterday night I just watched her writing it as I was sitting there, and it was just, I don't know, I'm really enjoying the similarities between me and her, and the fact that she's only writing her diary because she sees me writing her diary and stuff like that, and just trying to suck up every bit of time with them as I can. But yeah, it's really not easy, and I do feel slightly completely exhausted and depleted, whilst also every day have these just huge surges of joy and happiness. So it's just an incredibly intense period of time.
Yeah.
But it won't be that for that long.
No.
And that's what people don't, they forget when you're in the early bit of motherhood. You only think about how hard it's going to be and how you're not going to sleep. And actually the not sleeping thing is the easiest bit. It's the constant highs and lows and of the day and the routine, and missing Tenn's nap yesterday sounds so innocuous, but it was huge. It was monumental. The after effects of the no nap were just massive. It just affected the entire night, and that's affected today. And so if you don't keep a routine, you're fucked.
But in that way, then it kind of feels like every day has the power to be so dramatic. Like there are so many highs and lows that come with having so many kids, because you're like caring for so many lives all at once. So in that way, like emotionally, you must be experiencing like every emotion that you can under the sun right now. And does that make you feel like, rather than this being, because it's a difficult period of time, a period of time that you want to speed up through? Or does it feel like this is life? This is the life that you're going to look back on and remember?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like that?
Well, I'm really trying to remember that this is my life right now, and I need to appreciate every single bit of it. But
this has always been your life as well. Like, there's no kind of past or future and present. Like, you're always in the present, you know?
What?
Sorry.
Is that the way you see that? I don't understand what you just said, but that sounds great.
I think it's just like, it's so easy to get caught up being anxious about the future or being like regretful about the past. But actually, those two things, those two states don't exist. You've always been in every present moment that you're in. You're entirely in the present right now. And so it's like, you should really soak up the day that you're in, you know, because the future isn't going to come to you. You're going to arrive at it.
Be here now.
Be here now.
That's the necklace I got at Christmas, and I lost the chain. But I've still got the be here now bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, then you can just attach it to a new necklace.
Be here now. Be here
Sorry,
now,
I'm
BB.
getting a bit spiritual.
No,
I'm doing
like
a lot of
it.
meditation and stuff.
I'm worried that YouTube commenters are gonna say Jessie hasn't asked BB a single question.
No, I'll ask myself a question. Is 45 minutes too long to do a meditation session without
Did you do
feeling?
45 minutes?
No. But I found this website. I was sent this website, and I like doing these things called like 3-minute, breathing space or something like that. Really, really easy to incorporate in. But there are some of them on the website that are called they're called body scans, and it's basically just like a long mindfulness session. But as I started one yesterday and I looked down and I was like, oh my God, it's 45 minutes. And in my head, I was like, can I justify doing a 45-minute meditation?
I'm so impressed that you did that.
I didn't do the whole thing.
Right.
I did about 10 minutes of it.
Oh, so you didn't do 45 minutes?
No, but in my head, I was like, I would love to be the kind of person that's just taking 45 minutes a day to do a meditation.
You should do it.
But I felt too
thing,
silly. I felt too silly. Like
that's one thing in The Staircase. There's one daughter character who's a really great actress, but her character is very much on a journey of self-discovery, and very into therapy and kind of diagnosing herself constantly with different things. And I did think there must be some people out there who are addicted to that self-discovery.
Definitely.
And distract and use it as a form of distraction to plough forward. And I'm glad in a way that I don't really do that much introspection. I try not to anyway. Like I don't need to know the reasons why I'm behaving a certain way. Sometimes when I don't understand why I feel a way, it's very rare. Usually I can completely know I feel this way because of this. But
I find it really nice to understand yourself a little bit more, because it just means it's a lot easier to have a good relationship with yourself. If you don't understand yourself, if you're like, God, why am I always getting into these patterns or whatever, it can be quite easy to feel like a stranger from yourself. But once you start to unpack things a little bit more, it does make it a lot easier to like yourself, and liking yourself is like the key to being balanced and happy, isn't it?
Definitely.
So
we have to wrap up now because I have to go and get Tenn, and we have to start our summer. Our fun summer.
We do have to start our fun
God, this is going to be a big edit for you, Bebe.
It'll be fine.
It's going to be. This is an experiment.
We didn't even get to talk about your wax.
Oh, we'll talk about my wax in the next episode. It's quite hard. I think next podcast I'm not going to breastfeed. That's because I'm roasting.
Yeah,
I'm so hot.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I shouldn't have worn a mesh top either. So what am I talking about? It's June.
Well,
and a tight jean.
Oh my God, I'm not going. I might.
My vagina genuinely feels like it's in a straitjacket right now.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. You're a chunky pad.
Yeah, because I'm on a period.
Okay, great. I need to if you need any pads, I don't think I'm going to get a period for a long time. So
I'd love some. I love those giant pillowy cushiony ones.
I got them. Got loads of them.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, I know I shouldn't like them. I know it's kind of grim, but I like it.
Oh, it's like wearing a nappy. I love it.
Because it's like all of the cool girls at school were always like, oh my God, pads are so disgusting. I only use tampons. But then I felt like so lame and childlike because I love wearing pads. Apart from when they get all grippy and uncomfortable.
Okay. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone.